Have you ever felt your legs growing weaker, heavier, or sore whenever you stand for long periods, walk, or climb stairs? If you're over 60, listen carefully, because what I'm about to share could completely change how you think about the health of your legs. Just a few small mistakes in your diet or vitamin intake can quietly erode your leg strength, stealing away your freedom and independence as you age. But don't worry, I'll guide you through each step to protect your legs. However, if you ignore this information, your risk of joint pain, muscle weakness, and even losing your ability to move freely could double. Today we're going to uncover some foods and vitamins that seem harmless but could actually be damaging your legs after 60. From your favorite snacks to the vitamins you pick up at the pharmacy, they could all be hidden culprits. Stay with me until the end to learn how to regain your strength, flexibility, and joy of movement. And if you find these tips helpful, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more health tips for your golden years. Let's start with a food almost everyone loves: sweets and candy. Who doesn't enjoy a slice of cake or a candy bar after a meal, right? But if you're over 60, this habit could be a silent enemy to your legs. The refined sugar in sweets triggers inflammation throughout the body, especially in the muscles and joints. Chronic inflammation makes your legs more sensitive, sore, and prone to degeneration. I once heard an elderly woman share that she felt her legs noticeably weaken just a few weeks after indulging in lots of desserts at family gatherings. This is no coincidence. Sugar doesn't just cause inflammation, it also increases insulin resistance, depriving your muscles of the energy they need to function properly. When muscles don't get enough fuel, they become weaker and tire more easily. Not to mention, consuming too much sugar often leads to weight gain, putting additional strain on your legs. Every extra pound means your muscles and joints have to work harder, speeding up joint wear, causing pain, and making your legs feel weak. For older adults whose muscle mass naturally declines with age, this is even more dangerous. Did you know that sugar directly impacts blood circulation as well? When consumed excessively, it raises the risk of vascular problems, restricting blood flow to the legs. This means your leg muscles receive less oxygen and fewer nutrients, making recovery and tissue repair much more difficult. In fact, a recent study found that people who eat a lot of sugar are twice as likely to suffer from poor circulation compared to those who consume less. So next time you're about to reach for that piece of cake, think twice. That moment of pleasure could be costing your legs their long-term health. Instead of processed sweets, try natural options like fresh fruit, sprinkled with a little cinnamon, or homemade desserts made with less sugar. Your legs will thank you, and so will your taste buds. But sweets aren't the only culprit. Let's move on to the next food that many people don't expect: fried foods. French fries, fried chicken, or donuts. These are hard to resist, but they're a nightmare for your legs after 60. Fried foods contain high levels of trans fats and saturated fats, which increase signs of inflammation in the body. This inflammation directly targets the muscles and joints, causing your legs to feel stiff, painful, and more vulnerable. The fats in these foods also hinder blood circulation, reducing the amount of oxygen reaching your muscles. As a result, your leg muscles struggle to recover or become stronger. Have you ever noticed your legs feeling heavier after a meal full of fried foods? That's your body speaking up. Furthermore, fried foods clog blood vessels, limiting the nutrients that reach your leg muscles. Over time, this process weakens the muscles and accelerates joint wear. Foods like donuts, fried chicken, and French fries are the main culprits. Not only are they lacking in nutrients, but they also require a lot of energy to digest, leaving less energy for your muscles to function. This leads to a feeling of fatigue in your legs, especially when walking or standing for long periods. If you're thinking, just a little fried food won't hurt, right? Be careful. This habit accumulates over time, and before you know it, your legs lose the strength needed to keep you flexible. Instead of frying, try baking or steaming your food. For example, instead of French fries, you could bake sweet potatoes with a little olive oil. Delicious and good for your legs. Small changes like these can make a big difference. Next, let's talk about a common breakfast food for many people: white bread. It may seem harmless, but white bread is actually one of the foods that can harm your legs after 60. Made from refined wheat flour, white bread loses most of its fiber and essential nutrients. It's a fast-digesting carbohydrate that causes a spike in blood sugar levels. These fluctuations directly impact muscle health, especially in the legs, causing fatigue and muscle weakness. White bread also has a high glycemic index, which increases insulin resistance. This impairs glucose from entering muscle cells, leaving the muscles without the energy they need to function. The less energy your leg muscles have, the harder it is to maintain their strength. One elderly man once told me that after switching from white bread to whole grain bread, he felt his legs lighter and no longer experienced fatigue when walking. It wasn't a miracle, it was the power of making the right choice. Imagine that every slice of white bread you eat brings you one step closer to weakness. Not only is it lacking in nutrients, but it also contributes to weight gain, especially when paired with butter, cheese, or jam. Extra weight puts pressure on your legs, which are already more fragile with age, leading to pain, inflammation, and an increased risk of injury. Instead of white bread, opt for whole grain bread, rye bread, or flaxseed bread. Pair it with eggs or butter, and you'll have a breakfast that's both delicious and supportive of muscle health. We've covered 3 dangerous foods, but there's still more to explore, including 2 types of vitamins you might be taking incorrectly. Don't leave just yet. The next information might surprise you and could save your legs from unnecessary damage. Now, let's continue the journey of protecting your legs. If you're over 60, every step you take is precious, and what you put into your body can determine whether you'll keep moving strong or face pain and limitations. We've talked about sweets, fried foods, and white bread, but the list of dangers doesn't stop there. Let's explore other foods and habits that are silently taking away your leg strength. One of the things you need to pay attention to is alcohol. Many people think that a glass of wine or a beer at night is harmless, but after 60, your body no longer processes alcohol as efficiently as before. Alcohol interferes with the absorption of essential minerals like calcium, magnesium, and vitamin D, nutrients that are necessary for strong muscles and healthy bones. Without these, your leg muscles weaken and your bones become brittle, increasing the risk of fractures and falls. Alcohol also slows down muscle repair. After a day of walking or light exercise, your body needs time to recover muscle tissue, but alcohol extends this process, leading to prolonged soreness and a higher risk of injury. Additionally, alcohol causes dehydration, which reduces muscle flexibility and can lead to painful leg cramps. I once heard an elderly man share that, after cutting back on alcohol, his nighttime leg cramps nearly disappeared. Just one small change, but the impact was huge. And that's not all. Alcohol also contributes to weight gain, particularly belly fat, which puts more pressure on your legs. Those seemingly relaxing drinks might be making it harder for you to climb stairs or walk. If you notice that your body feels tired and sore after a night of drinking, that's your body signaling that it's under stress. Try replacing alcohol with fresh fruit juice or herbal tea. You'll feel the difference in just a few weeks. Next, we have a group of foods that many older adults love for their convenience: processed meats. Sausages, ham, bacon. These can be tasty and easy to prepare, but they are a major threat to your legs. Processed meats are high in salt and chemical preservatives, which cause chronic inflammation in the body. This inflammation leads to joint and muscle pain in the legs, especially in the knees and ankles. The high levels of saturated fat in processed meats also reduce blood circulation, depriving your leg muscles of oxygen and nutrients. This gradual weakening makes daily activities like walking or standing for long periods more difficult. A study found that people who eat a lot of processed meats have a 30% higher risk of poor circulation compared to those who choose healthier protein sources like fish or chicken. Do your legs feel stiff in the morning? That could be the result of those slices of bacon at breakfast. Instead of processed meats, opt for better protein sources like eggs, fish, lean chicken, or beans. A breakfast of boiled eggs and butter instead of bacon will help your legs feel lighter and more energized. These small changes not only protect your legs, but also improve your overall health. Now, let's talk about a food that many people choose for its convenience: instant noodles. It only takes a few minutes to prepare, but instant noodles are one of the worst foods for your legs after 60. They're packed with salt, additives like MSG, and very little nutrition. The high salt content causes water retention, making your legs swollen and painful. Have you ever felt your legs feel heavy after eating a bowl of noodles? That's not a coincidence. MSG and other additives in instant noodles also cause chronic inflammation, damaging joints and muscles. This inflammation slows down the muscle recovery process, making your legs weaker and more fatigued. Additionally, instant noodles have a high glycemic index, causing a spike in blood sugar levels and depriving muscles of energy. A friend of mine once told me that after cutting out instant noodles and switching to oatmeal, she felt her legs more flexible and no longer swollen. Instead of instant noodles, try making a quick meal with brown rice, vegetables, and some lean meat. It's not only delicious, but also provides the nutrients needed to keep your legs strong. We're getting closer to the two most dangerous vitamins, but before that, let's move on to another food you might be enjoying every day: store-bought pastries. These tempting treats may look appealing, but they contain refined sugar, hydrogenated fats, and preservatives, all of which are harmful to your legs. The sugar in these pastries disrupts insulin levels and causes weight gain, putting pressure on your leg joints. The hydrogenated fats reduce blood circulation, depriving your leg muscles of nutrients and weakening them. A study shows that people who eat a lot of store-bought pastries have a 25% higher risk of arthritis compared to those who opt for homemade baked goods. Instead of store-bought pastries, try baking at home with whole wheat flour, fresh fruit, and olive oil. Your legs will feel the difference, and you can still enjoy your favorite dessert. Stay tuned, because we're about to dive into the most important information about two vitamins you need to be cautious with. We've come a long way exploring the foods that are silently harming your legs after 60. From sweets, fried foods, white bread, to alcohol, processed meats, instant noodles, and store-bought pastries. All of these can rob you of flexibility and freedom of movement. But don't worry, because now we're getting to the most important part: the two vitamins you might be using incorrectly. If you want to keep walking strong and enjoy a healthy old age, stay with me. Now, let's talk about the two most dangerous vitamins: vitamin A and vitamin D. First, vitamin A. This nutrient is essential for vision and immunity, but too much vitamin A, especially from supplements, can be harmful. After 60, your body has a harder time processing excess vitamin A, leading to its accumulation in the liver and joints, causing muscle pain, weakness, and difficulty walking. It also interferes with the absorption of calcium and magnesium, increasing cramps and fatigue. Excessive vitamin A also depletes bone minerals, raising the risk of fractures in the legs and hips. Avoid high-dose vitamin A supplements and focus on natural sources like carrots, pumpkin, and eggs. Next is vitamin D, often praised for its benefits to bone health, but an overdose can lead to hypercalcemia, resulting in muscle stiffness, joint pain, and cramps. It can also cause soft tissue calcification, making your legs less flexible and painful to move. High, uncontrolled doses of vitamin D can damage the kidneys, causing swelling and muscle weakness. Always get a blood test and consult your doctor before supplementing. As you can see, from foods to vitamins, poor choices can harm your legs. To protect your health, prioritize fresh, natural foods and supplement vitamins correctly. If you found this information helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with your loved ones. Be sure to check out our next video about 3 foods to avoid if you suffer from nighttime leg cramps. You'll be surprised by the list. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Stay healthy.